Hey, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Farah. Today, I want to talk to you guys about boldly moving towards your goals and your dreams as a nurse. And I want to really get into a couple different things, but how are you currently showing up for yourself? What do I mean? We're going to get into that in just a little bit. For those who don't know me, my name is Dr. Farah Laurent. I'm the nurse career coach and international nurse coach. I help nurses level up in their career, land their dream job in less than 90 days. The majority of my clients are from the New York area, California area, and I specifically work with new graduate nurses. But I do help all nurses, but that's just really the audience that really gravitates to me. And I help nurses get up to like 170K specialty areas in their preferred hospital in areas like New York and California. And I recently just hosted my own conference called Nurses Making Money Moves, where I'm focusing on helping entrepreneurs and aspiring nurse entrepreneurs get really their business mindset right, get their business in order, the startup, really how to get clients, how to attract clients, how to create content, how to really show up as the authority in the industry. So I help a lot of nurse consultants and coaches. And I'm going to be hosting my first mastermind this May 2nd and 3rd in Clearwater Beach, Florida, which is one of the best beaches in the United States. If you're interested, DM me. I'll drop the details down below. There's a couple spots left. So that's a little about me and what I do. So the reason I wanted to come on here, as I always do, show up live on LinkedIn, talking to you, all my nurses from all over, is I've been talking to a lot of nurses lately. And just to be real, the mindset is off. The energy is off. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of scarcity mindset. I've been recently creating content around abundance mindset, growth mindset, and how to move away from that scarcity mindset. And I know it's not always easy, but that's kind of what I want to talk to you today about. So you got to stay away from making decisions for other people. What do I mean by that? Today I spoke to someone and there was just a lot of negativity in the aura, the energy. And it was like, well, it's not going to happen. She's not going to say yes. I'm like, but how do you know? You got to manifest things and think positively, right? So that's really what I want to talk to you today about. Are you making the ask? And if you do have the courage and the audacity to go ahead and make the ask in your head, have you already kind of counted yourself out, right? Are you inserting negativity to your subconscious that you're actually sabotaging yourself? Like, how are you making the ask, right? Like, let's say you want to ask for time off, or you want to ask for a promotion, or whatever it is, or you're going for a big interview. You need to be in a positive state of mind and positive energy. Some nurses may go into interviews or in a conversation negatively that you might not even know that you're in a negative space, but your whole being, what you're exuding is negativity. And guess what? Negativity attracts more negativity. So we want to stay away from that. We want to attract positive outcomes. Think positively so you can attract more positive energy into your life, more positive experiences, right? More opportunities. So this is huge. In December 2024, I talked a lot about this, how I want to stay away from a scarcity mindset, which is constantly, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, there's not enough opportunities, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. You come from a place of lack when you're in a scarcity mindset. So we need to change that into gratitude and say, I'm grateful for these things, but truly, deeply entrench yourself in that gratitude, and you will see things start to change, momentum start to change. You will attract more opportunities in your life. Okay. So that's kind of wanted to talk to you about. Are you making the ask, and how are you asking, right? And how are you showing up for yourself? That's really the question. If you happen to be watching, let me know where you're watching from, what city, what country, and drop any questions or comments that you may have. So, are you moving towards your goals and your dreams? So, whether that's career goals or business goals, are you making leaps to get to where you want to be? And are you moving in the direction that you want to be in? Or are you moving completely backwards or moving so slow incrementally that you are not growing? You need to be able to make some adjustments, make some big decisions, and risk, right? To be able to grow and to get to closer to where it is that you want to be. So I know a lot of nurses are, working full time. I'm still working part time, um, as I'm still growing this business, right? As a nurse career coach, as a speaker, and with this conferencing and in person events. I have goals that I'm working towards, but I know that I'm moving closer to them, right? Obviously, back to the conference, me deciding to do my own conference with no planning committee in less than 3 months with no official sponsors, that took a huge decision, a huge leap of faith, because I know that I've been working in the last 3 to 4 years on my personal brand, connecting, networking with people. And I knew that I would make it happen. And I had the faith to go for it, right? And for those that believe in God or the universe aligning itself into making things happen, it's real. Prayer is real, manifesting is real, and aligning yourself in what it is that you want to do, literally writing things down, speaking it into existence is for real. It'll happen. So, something as simple as, like I said, manifesting this conference to happen, it happened. You have to take action towards your goals and to your dreams. So you may be thinking, well, I have kids. Well, I have kids too. I have 2 small kids. You might have family members that you're taking care of, or maybe they're sick or something like that, right? Or you're working full time. So you're like, when do I have time to work on my business? Well, you have time before work or after work, at night. It's a sacrifice. In order to get towards your goal and your dreams, you have to sacrifice. So things like being more visible, creating content, going on podcasts, going live. Let's say you don't want to go live during the week because you work during the week and you don't want it to be a conflict of interest with your current organization. You can still go live when you're not working on the weekends or whatever it is. You can still create content. You can still create videos, just at an appropriate time, right? You can write articles, different things to make you more visible in your business or in your career. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about, that will help you move towards your goals and your dreams. And that's really, number one, is mindset, which I touched upon. Again, having the faith, writing things down, and having a plan. You may not necessarily have the whole plan, but you need to have the first couple steps in place and then actually go towards that and take action. Okay. The biggest things that I will say that has helped me in my professional career and in my business has been reinvesting in myself, whether that was education, learning more skills, figuring things out on my own, whether that's YouTube, reading about it, or investing in coaches, or consultants and things like that. So definitely that is important to reinvest in yourself. And some of you out there might think, oh, I don't have that money to invest, or and really it doesn't have to be that much. But that has been the fastest growth for me, is to work with other experts, let's say in marketing or in business, to help you move forward. For me, I help new nurses get to where they want to be in their specialty area. I have 20 years of experience in emergency medicine, in education, in leadership. I've held director roles where I hired nurse educators, nurses, sat on multiple interview panels and things like that. So this is what I do today is I help other nurses get into these specialty areas, especially new grads, because my story was they told me as a new nurse that I would never be an emergency nurse and I should go to med surg. Well, I wanted to shatter those old narratives. That was 20 years ago. I still pursued my dream of being an ER nurse, and I got hired as a nursing student. So this is what I do today is I'm basically helping my younger self get to where I want to be, get these nurses to where they want to be, because I truly believe starting where new nurses want to start is imperative for their nursing career, because they are full of excitement, tenacity, joy. They want to make an impact. So why steer them in the wrong direction? So really my whole purpose is to help nurses get to where they want to be, right? In the right places, creating healthy work environments, talking about the real things in nursing, talking about leadership, talking about education. And for those nurses that maybe want to pivot into entrepreneurship, start a side hustle, that is where I'm directing a lot of my energy towards, because so many nurses are working full time, not happy in their current job situation. And they want to do an impact, right? They want to make an impact. So if you're a nurse out there that wants to make an impact, maybe you want to start a side hustle, not quite sure how to do it, put impact in the comments and go to my website, nursefair.com. Pick up this book that I wrote, Nurses Making Money Moves, A Nurse's Guide to Starting a Business. It's an actual workbook. You can go in here, write down your ideas and everything, and really learn how to, that's not the right page. Really learn the basics of business, marketing, sales, and take your idea to execution to at least have an idea of what you should do. Really, for nurses out there that want to start, you don't want to do anything super complicated. You want to take what you already know without having to go back to school to get an MBA. Trust me, you don't need an MBA to start a business. You don't need any certification. You can be a consultant or a coach very easily. So for me as a nurse career coach, I didn't go back to school to get an MBA. I didn't get a coaching certification because I was the experience and the knowledge and the skills. So I basically took that, learned business, learned everything I knew about business and put it in this book. Again, Nurses Making Money Moves, A Nurse's Guide to Starting a Business. You can check it out on my website, nursefair.com. So thank you to those that are just joining. Jennifer Isaac, yes, faith mindset, write it down, take the steps. Absolutely. Watching from San Diego, I will be asking my full-time employer for a part-time position in about 6 months so I can accelerate my own business. Yes, that is amazing. You should definitely think about coming to Clearwater Beach because I'm having a mastermind for nurse entrepreneurs focused on growth and visibility and how to go live on LinkedIn like I'm doing now, how to create content for growth on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has been extremely helpful for business growth in terms of B2B, business to business, and business to consumer, and really getting all my clients typically from LinkedIn. So it is so important. So a part of me fears that the power of this decision is above my direct managers. Well, I wish you all the best. I think it'll happen. Transition to part-time so you can focus on your business. That's a great idea. I can't wait to go part-time. Catherine Roberts. Yes, we should definitely chat. I know we talked about your consulting business and how you want to grow that. So that is amazing. Oh, my website is nursefair.com. I'll put it up here and you can get the book. You can only get the book in the US or Canada area. I'm working on a second book actually about personal branding for nurses, and I will hopefully put that on Amazon. So that is my website. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about business, you want to potentially come to this mastermind, direct message me and I will give you the link. I think I only have about 3 spots left in this mastermind. It's in Clearwater Beach, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in the US. And it's in right next to Tampa. So you can fly into the Tampa International Airport, and within like 15, 20 minutes, you would be at this Clearwater Beach area where we're having the mastermind. Again, I'm going to be focusing on social media content creation, specifically on LinkedIn, how to grow your followership, how to get clients on LinkedIn, DM strategies on LinkedIn, how to be a thought leader on LinkedIn, how to be on podcasts, how to show up live like I'm showing up live right now on LinkedIn. A lot of people think that you can't go live on LinkedIn, but you do have that ability. So that's what I'm going to go through. Back in the day, I actually had to apply to LinkedIn to be able to get this feature, LinkedIn Live. However, you don't have to apply anymore. A lot of people have this feature. I believe if you have over 150 followers on LinkedIn, you can go live, but you have to go live on a third-party streaming platform like Restream or StreamYard. And this is all stuff that I'm going to go through in person in this business mastermind retreat specifically for nurse entrepreneurs. So DM me and I will see you in Clearwater. So of course, people are calling me scam calling. So I'm going to talk about quickly a few things. Number one, let's avoid a desperate mindset. There's a lot of nurses that are like in desperation mode, whether that's applying for a job or in their business. They're like, oh my God, I can't get clients. Oh my God, I'm not making enough money. I can't seem to get a job interview. You're constantly drowning in this desperation mindset. You need to get away from that. Okay. Also, there is enough time. You can make the time to create content, to reach out to potential customers and clients, to grow your business. You need to be visible. If nobody knows about you, they're not going to be able to buy your book. They're not going to be able to invite you to a speaking engagement. They're not going to be able to purchase whatever it is that you're selling as a business, whether it's your service or a product. They will not know you, so they won't be able to buy from you. And people do business with people, so they need to be able to trust you to be able to do business. And the biggest way to get trust is through networking opportunities in person. And if you can't do that, the next best thing is to create content and to show up live and to show up consistently in content, video format, written format, podcast, all that type of stuff. So that is what I'm going to go through in this mastermind. If you're interested in the mastermind, put mastermind in the comments. Like I said, there's only 3 seats left, and it's going to happen May 2nd, May 3rd in Clearwater Beach. I will personally be teaching this mastermind and teaching you all the tricks that I've learned to take my followership on LinkedIn from 0 followers to over 26,000 in 3 years. Okay. So number 1, quick tip, you need to be able to pitch yourself. If you're in an elevator and somebody is there, let's say, I don't know, Oprah, an investor, whatever, or you're trying to get a potential client, you need to have your pitch together. This is something that I work on with my new graduate nurses when we're pitching in interviews, so that you have your pitch down. There's several different types of pitches. You need to have a pitch. Part of that pitch is your unique selling proposition, right? What makes you different? So I shared earlier, right? For those who don't know me, my name is Farah. I'm the founder of International Nurse Coach. I help nurses level up in their career, land their dream job in less than 90 days, right? And show up authentically and boldly to slay their competition and to land that dream job. So that's kind of like part of the pitch, right? So that's kind of part of it. Number 2, I talked about it, promotion, right? Nurses are horrible promoting themselves, whether it's for their career or for their business. So that comes with confidence and your ability to communicate and articulate your value and what it is that you do. So promotion. You need to be able to self-promote, okay? And then if you're in a business, also testimonials, referrals are another great way. So ask your clients to get you video testimonials, written testimonials, and things like that. Okay. Packaging. That has more to do with personal branding. I talk a lot about personal branding. It is extremely important to work on your personal brand in terms of packaging, right? How are you looking? How are you showing up for yourself? How are you speaking, communicating to individuals? Do you exude that confidence and that competence, right? So people can hire you, so people can do business with you, so people can, say, hey, come speak at my event or whatever it is that you want to do. You need to come across confident and competent. Okay. So that's that whole packaging, personal branding, how you show up, how you speak, how you interact with people, how you make them feel. Okay. And then positioning, right? How are you positioning yourself for success? Are you showing up in the right rooms? Are you in the right networks? Are you networking with people virtually and in person? Right? Are you showing up to the right trainings, investing in the right people? That is very important to set yourself up for success in your career and in your business. So again, if you are interested to learn how to grow in your business, attract more clients, get more opportunities, then you need to be in the room with me at this mastermind retreat, Clearwater Beach. Like I said, only 10 spots total, and I've already filled it up. There are only 3 spots left. So if you are interested to learn how to get more clients, how to make more money, stay away from that scarcity mindset, get that abundance mindset going, learn how to attract more money into your life, into your business, and really grow, put mastermind in the comments. And that's it. I'm really going to wrap this up. So really, the big thing is, are you making the ask? And if you're asking for things, how are you asking for it? And are you coming from a place of curiosity or coming from a place of abundance and positivity, right? What are you exuding when you're interacting with people? Is it confidence and competence, or is it desperation, right? How are you communicating your value? How are you coming across? Are you pitching yourself correctly? Are you promoting yourself correctly, right? And are you visible? Do people know about you? Do people know about your business, right? And are you tired of working bedside? Or maybe you just want a side hustle to make more income. Well, join me at the Mastermind Retreat in Clearwater Beach, May 2nd and May 3rd. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. I'm going to have more lives talking about business, how to grow your business, how to grow in your career as a nurse. Please let me know if this was helpful. And I will, again, share the book, Nurses Making Money Moves. You can get on my website, nursefair.com. And I will drop the link so that you can get your ticket to the mastermind. It's a 2-day weekend, includes accommodations, meals, networking, all that great stuff. DM me for more details. I'll drop the link below. Got to go pick up the kiddos. I will see you later. Take care. Have a good one.